Relax, relax. It hasn't been that long, but I am very aware. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. So, I have a legit excuse on what's been going on. I mean, is there ever an excuse for anything? I don't know. But I'm going to use one today. So, we got the Generation 1 app. We got the I Can, I Will Do advertising and marketing app. We have um, let me think 1 second. Let me think. We we got the trucking and the van going. We just got another van, so that's fantastic for the 6IC logistics. You know, website is doing great. Max is in basketball, but still, there's no excuse. But I haven't been leaving you guys hanging, is what I've been saying. As long as you've been tuning in, you should know what's been going on. But anyways, make sure you let everybody know what type of things that you've been going on, that you've been having going on too. Some motion is better than no motion. Y'all know that. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in to this week. What we doing? Fspm. What's that? Financial, spiritual, physical, mental, fitness. Y'all know what that is. You see, you can't have one without the others, and you can't have all of them without one. You understand what I'm saying? Financial fitness is super important. Spiritual fitness is detrimental. Physical fitness is dire. Mental fitness is key. You hear me? All of these things is the 4 keys to life, and we about to learn how to maneuver through this thing. We gonna learn how to maneuver through planet Earth a little bit. Something I just learned is this: man, you can't blame y'all for the things that you don't have. Seriously, like. But man, that hit me. I just heard that earlier today. You can't blame Yah for things that you do not have. You just gotta simply show up. Get it. You have more than enough resources. I understand it now. Shout out to Letho. But yeah, you can't blame Yah for things that you don't have. Faith without works is dead. And that's overlooked. You can pray, but you gotta apply too. You wanna observe, absorb, and apply the information that's given to you on a daily. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to leave it like this for the first time. Let's try something new. We got financial fitness. Why is financial fitness so important in life? Well, I mean, we all can raise our hands on this one, right? Financial fitness, detrimental to your life because it helps with stress. Again, most people want abundance. You want more, right? The more you give, the more you receive. So it's like this. It's not only finances is what, like everybody doesn't want to be rich is something that I learned. What I learned is that people just want to make enough to not worry about bills. People want to be able to buy that them brand new pair of shoes without having to worry about groceries or rent or an electric bill or something like that. You know what I'm saying? People love their normal lives, to be honest. So what we're going to do instead why financial fitness is important, what we're going to do is talk about some habits when it comes to financial fitness. We can create habits. What kind of fitness habits can we create when it comes to financial fitness? What I like to do is every morning I like to listen to an audiobook because I drive in the morning. So audiobooks are great, especially when it's the first thing you listen to in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, start off with a prayer or however you want to do it. Get your audiobook going, you know, like whether it's an hour or two, it doesn't matter. Just play it. You know, there's a lot of little things that'll stop us from doing what we want to do. You have to understand that. You know, because you can be simply scrolling looking for a video to watch, and you'll sit there and look at the times. Oh, this was an hour. I only have a 20-minute drive to work, so I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mind just going. We don't want that. Just pick a video, you know, and that goes with every decision you make. Just make the decision and proceed. So, audiobooks are great. You know, that's a great habit. Because what the audiobooks do, it's also like reading a real book too. You know, you'll be paying attention, then the booker say something and you'll go off on a tangent, and then you'll come back and then you'll be focused again. You know, and even when the times you are focused, you still don't completely memorize the information. You know, so we got to study it. So the audiobooks are great, even if you don't fully listen. It's something to play into the background, because again, not only do we want to build a habit, you know, but we also want to feed our subconscious mind. You know, we want to feed our subconscious mind. What is another thing that keeps, like, what that practices financial fitness? MLM. I know some people call that the devil. I know that for a fact. But like MLMs, that's kind of how I got into business years ago. And what it taught me was that, I mean, I didn't really make no money from MLMs because of, like, you know, the point systems and stuff that they had. But it surrounded me around people who were business minded. You know, my friends, my group of friends changed and stuff like that. You know, and not necessarily even a group of friends, but just the people you hang with on a daily, or just, you know, the people you communicate with. You know, you go get as far as the person that you talk to every day. You understand what I'm telling you? You are going to get as far as the person that you spend your time with every day. That means that if you spend your day talking to a person that has nothing to offer you, then what are you doing? Shout out to 50 Cent. So, MLMs are cool. You know, I wouldn't necessarily go in there trying to make some money or get my hopes up, but I will go in there with an objective as in for meeting people and talking to people, and again, creating a habit and feeding that subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Mentorship, that kind of goes in hand. Because if you really kind of want to find a mentor, 9 times out of 10, you would have to find them somewhere in like an MLM or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you want to find somebody that's doing what you want to do. You know, and how can you find people like that? Meet.com. You know, going to Meetup or Meet, one of them, like where you can like see people who do like art. I'm on there. I do the motivational speaking. Like, it's different people on there that like to, we get together on Zoom calls for like motivational speaking and stuff like that. So, Meet is really cool. I think it's Meet or one of the two, but it's an app. Let's just put Meet app. The Meet app is where you can find different people and stuff like that. You know, and these are just a few things of just how you can practice financial fitness. You know, we can create habits. You know what I'm saying? Put more, you know, responsibility. You know, guys, like, money is a tool. You know, like, you only go get what you deserve. You know, like, if you just want to sit back and pay bills, then that's what the earth go give you. Point blank, period. If you're not providing a service or, like, really, you know, providing a service, then I don't understand your objective, partner, what you're trying to do out here. You know? So, let's keep it pushing, man. Financial fitness is super important. Spiritual fitness is super important. Physical fitness is super important. Mental fitness is super important. They all go hand in hand, because if your mental ain't right, your bag ain't right. If your bag ain't right, your mental ain't right. I mean, am I wrong? Seriously. Let's get into spiritual fitness. SPR. I gotta spell this one out. ITUAL. Yes, sir. Spiritual fitness. Why is spiritual fitness important? Um, I just knew at one point in my time, I grew a paradigm of not trusting my own word, and I had to break that. So, how I was able to break that is like I wasn't able to rely on myself. And I'm a bigger thinker than, I'm an overthinker. And the way I found that is through the Heavenly Father, Yeshua. You know, um, spiritual fitness, man. Like, you need a higher power for sure. You need a higher power. There's some people on this planet that don't believe, and they don't believe in Yah, but then they also don't believe in themselves. Damn, ain't that some information? Good ways to practice spiritual fitness. It don't come overnight, you know. Like spiritual fitness. What are some habits we can do to create like where we can be spiritually fit? What I like to do is just practice 30 minutes of silence, man. 30 minutes silence. 30 minutes of silence is straight. You sit back 30 minutes and don't fall asleep, but you just sit there and listen, and see what's going on and check your mind out, and just sit back, pray, meditate. That is super duper healthy to practice spiritual fitness because you got to continue to see what's going on in your mind, at least once or twice a week. Like that's bare minimum. What are some other things we can do to practice spiritual fitness? Congregating, bro. Oh, there it go. There you go. It's coming. The misspellings is coming. I was on fire for a second, but congregating is super important. Get out there with people that's gonna tell you to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like what I hear a lot is a lot of people grew up in church and they see how like the pastor was crazy, Pope crazy, all type of stuff going crazy. Kids getting whooped in church. I hear all the stories. I grew up going to church, but I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really get into the truth until I was an adult, a mature adult at that. This is new to me too. I think I'm coming up on like 3-4 years coming into truth. So, but I do like the fact that I do have like a church family. The church family is great. You got people that's out there positive. They hold you accountable. Balance, dude. Like practicing balance. A good way to practice spiritual fitness is to build a like good spiritual habits is to practice balance. What does that mean, bro? Like get out of your own head, man. That's probably why you broke now. Get out of your own head. Seriously. You need a higher power. You have to go to the unlimited source of supply. Because if you think it's a piece of a pie, that's limited. You're in a take. And then the funny thing is this. If there is a piece of pie, why would you even want to take from it? You should be trying to add too, bro. Add. You should be adding. Because we're living in a world where authenticity is worth more than money. It's a fact. So practice balance, dude. You need to do something. 30 minutes of silence. Meditate. Prayer. Congregation. Surround yourself around people that's like, that's gonna pray for you and not pray on you. You understand what I'm saying? Spiritual fitness. super duper important. What else we got? We got financial fitness, super duper important. We got physical fitness, super duper important. We got mental fitness. That's key. Cause if your mental ain't right, your spirit ain't right. If your spirit ain't right, your mental ain't right. Like seriously, guys, what you doing? Let's go to physical fitness. PHYSICAL. I did it. I did it. So we got physical fitness. Why is physical fitness? Well, you guys know why physical fitness is important, and you guys know what type of habits you guys know the practices. But the way I kind of got into physical fitness is like this. I use that as a reminder to kind of push through like a homework, my annoying boss at my job, um, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I like physical fitness and I like, pushing myself. So then that way when I have to do like a little extra work or something like that, I have something that I can remember, to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? To like stay focused and stay locked in. Like physical fitness is important. You have five physical faculties: what you hear, taste, touch, see, and smell. You see, now you don't want to only go off of those. You know what I'm saying? But they are something to keep up. Like you should definitely be making doctor's appointments. You should definitely be keeping up with your body, man. Not just at the gym, but at that damn care place too, man. Like you should definitely be taking care of your body. You know what I'm saying? Doctors, bro. Like that's super important because me, from my experience, I tore an ACL and a meniscus a while back, and I never really took care of it like that. And now it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I mean by, like, physical fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hurt yourself or if you're sick or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should definitely be taking care of yourself. That's men and women. That's everybody. Shit, animals too. Everybody should be taking care of yourself. Schedule your appointments and stuff like that. I mean, like, physical fitness, guys. You need the energy to pick up the bag. You see, sleep does not, all sleep does is replenish energy. It doesn't give you energy. It just replenishes the little energy bar you got now. That's why you could go to sleep, wake up, and still be tired. The gym really help you with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it extends your health bar. And sleep just fills it up, not extends it, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So, physical fitness, super duper important. Spiritual fitness, super duper important. Financial fitness, detrimental. And mental fitness. That's key. Because if your physical fitness ain't right, your mental ain't right. And if your mental ain't right, your physical ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It all goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the others, and you can't have all of them without one. Mental fitness. Why is it important? You need the mental strength to hop over these objectives that life is going to continue to throw at you. You see, we all on planet Earth. It's just somebody's planet Earth looks a little bit better than somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on how you take it. You see, and that's why when I have conversations with people, I always ask them, how's your mental health doing? That's a muscle within itself, to be honest. I would treat the soul like a muscle. I would treat it like a muscle. Work it out. Mental fitness comes with repetition of practice and patience. That's how you can strengthen that muscle. What kind of mental good habits can you create with that? To strengthen your mental mind. Yeah, for sure. Like what I do is become aware. Become aware of my lacks. Like traffic. Like honking in traffic. Microwave mentality. Practicing patience. You know, patience for real. A good way to practice mental good habits is this: no scrolling, or minimum. Let's say minimum. Like media. That's a great way to. That's a great mental habit to create. Becoming aware of your mental. Practicing patience. Minimum to no scrolling media. That's important, dude. You have to be careful of what you let people download onto your membrane on a daily basis, because I promise you, it's the exact reason why you don't feel like you're not enough. And all I can do is just continue to show up. That's all I can do. But super duper important, guys. Mental. These are some good habits to practice to practice mental fitness. Becoming aware of your lacks. Practicing patience. Being careful of what you let people download into your membrane on a daily basis. And remember, this is repetition. It's not gonna happen tomorrow. I mean, to be honest, as soon as you say you're gonna stop doing something, you do it the very next step you take, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, it took them 100 times to say they was gonna stop drinking before they stopped drinking. You know what I mean by that? So all you gotta do is just continue to show up and keep practicing repetition, and everything is gonna work out the way you want it to. I never seen somebody go to the gym and get out of shape. I never seen somebody save money and be broke. I never seen somebody give themselves a chance and be depressed. Like that's a serious one. So you guys continue to stay strong, continue to stay focused, and I'll see you guys next week. You got live 616.